are the black men today really protecting our black women?
I would say black men are protecting black women almost nowhere.
A couple things. One, I don't want us to confuse gentlemanly ways with as opposed to
A
protecting.
lot of times men don't treat us the way we want to be treated because women don't own up to the damage that we've done to these men.
You,
Let me just ask this
we
question.
can do statistics.
No, I get that point. But at the end of the day, who chooses who?
What is
I'm
that?
sorry, you got quiet.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
At the end of the day,
no, I didn't. They chose each other.
No. Here's the thing. Men actually pursue. At the end of the day, it's the woman that makes the decision.
Absolutely.
Whether that man becomes a part
And what
of
does
it.
that have to do with
So-
that person being accountable?
Because here's the thing: if you're not doing your research, you can't hold nobody accountable for you not doing your research.
So basically, you're saying that the man has an excuse because I didn't pick a man that would have been accountable. So the excuse is
So did he show you
he was
accountable?
picked?
So here's the thing: if you picked that individual and you started dating him, you didn't see any trace of
no.
hold on. So, with that being said, who's responsible for that?
He's responsible for himself.
No, but here's the thing: we all put on the same face. We put on a different face.
Okay.
We put on different faces. I call them 5 faces. I'll get into that in another episode. But we all put on 5 faces when we meet somebody. So when it comes down to getting involved in that relationship and getting into that relationship with that individual, it's up to you to get to know. One of the key questions for me, and I'm going to say this for, again, the next topic that we're going to deal with, is when you're dating, quit sitting across from that table while you're dating this person and asking these persons questions that's not even prevalent to where you may be going. You get questions like, oh, well, what do you work? How much money do you make? Why would that be necessary on the first date?
So
the questions I asked him determine or excuse his immaturity and not being accountable for something as serious as a child.
Okay, I got that.
So we're talking about the reason why women are not respecting men is because they stopped doing things that was respectable.
So what would you consider one of the things that men stop doing that's not?
Taking care of their children. You don't have to be with me to take care of your child.
True, but
That is one of the major things.
right. But again, didn't you choose him?
It doesn't matter if I chose him or
So-
not. That does not excuse him not doing what he's supposed to do. You're comparing apples to oranges. My choosing him, I can take accountability for that. That my accountability is not gonna raise a child. That man should.
Are you giving him opportunities to raise a child?
I'm gonna tell you the exact truth.
Yeah, I agree.
And I have evidence in this building. I married a man who took care of a child that did not belong to him before he got there. The child was already there. I was with him and he did pass all the green flags. But when his child came, because we decided not to be together any longer, he decided that wasn't his responsibility anymore. So tell me what question I could have asked during the interview process when I was dating him or been with him for the last 4 years that was going to tell me, I'll take care of your child that does not belong to me, but I'm not going to take care of the child that belongs to me because you decided to be with somebody else.
Great point.
What?
Great point.
What question?
Here's the question. No, honestly speaking, I don't think there is a question or rhetorical question that you can actually get that. But however,
So it's irrelevant.
no, it's not irrelevant because here's the thing: if you found that how I want to say it, that turn of events, or let's just say how he turned. The question is, he goes from taking care of a child that's not his own, right, and refusing to take care of a child that is his. Now the question is, did you ask him why? Because it could have been something that maybe you had done.
I love how you make me accountable for a grown man's behavior.
I'm just
I
saying.
love how you make me accountable in any way
Have
for
you
another grown man's maturity, lack of accountability, immaturity, lack of accountability, lack of responsibility. It's my fault. Where in this conversation did I become responsible? I didn't. Now I can see if you said his mama it was her fault. That might be a show. You can have some questions on that. But today you're not gonna make me responsible for this grown man's behavior.
I'm gonna interject because y'all need a referee. But
All the time, every time.
I want to go back to the original point because I'm
Yes,
not negating
yes.
yours. I don't understand the single mother life. I married the father of my children. We were married for 20 years. I'm newly divorced. I don't know your struggle. But I want to go back to your original question and define protection before we even have a conversation about our
Yes,
black men
yes.
protecting their women. And I kind of want to stay on that topic because your topic that's a whole other show.
No,
That-
no,
and
no,
that
no, this
subject,
is on the
they-
same topic.
Right.
The question was, why, about
Well-
men protecting us.
Right.
And my answer was, to your interjection, that men don't protect us because we don't respect them anymore.
Some men.
So I had to go back to explain to you why they don't respect us. It's because they start acting crazy and we stop respecting them.
Well,
So that's all in this conversation, and it doesn't matter if you've ever been single in your life because I married the man, and
No, I
that
said
didn't
I've
make
never
a
been a
difference.
single mother.
Right.
I
But
don't
what I'm
know,
saying
that
is that didn't make a
dynamic I don't
difference
understand.
on whether. My point is, it doesn't matter if you're a single mother, if you picked the man, if you did pick the man. His responsibility has nothing to do with us, whether we're married to him, whether we're single, whether we stay forever with the person.
So you define protection as taking care of your responsibility. That's where I'm trying to go.
Right.
We
And
can't
I think,
discuss
right.
whether or not we're being protected
Protected.
if we don't have a consensus on what
So
protection
I'll
looks
say,
like.
I'm
So
gonna,
for
I'm gonna
you,
say it
that
again.
looks like taking
No,
care of
no,
your
you're changing my
responsibility.
words. That's not what I'm saying at all.
I'm asking
saying
a question.
I answered the question that came to why men don't respect us. That's what I said. That's what I went to.
okay, so
Okay.
let me jump in here for a second before you jump in, Sheldon. Let me define when I say protection. There has been, over a period of time, whether it was social media, whether it's just public outcries, that again, women feel as if though the men have abandoned them. And when I say abandon them in all aspects, as far as being the protector, overseeing the household. Actually, I one of the things I find real offensive is, and again, based off the trend of social media and their outcry, is that they said men have all of a sudden become more feminine. The men have start downplaying their masculinity because of how women are nowadays. And so now women are taking that and saying that men are no longer being that protective, that guy who literally stands in front. So that's when I say, when we're talking about protection, that's what we're talking about as far as protection. You're right, that's a whole nother segment we can get into about people not taking care of their responsibilities.
That's part of abandonment that you just.
Well, I
That's
get it,
all
I
was
get
saying.
it.
That's how
But
you
what-
define it.
Right, so what we're, right now, what we want to focus on is, again, do women feel safe? You ladies are women. Tell me, do you feel safe? Do you feel as if though we as men are stepping up when you are suffering abuse from the public, family, friends, loved ones? Do you feel like that we're stepping up and doing the role that we have been placed to do?
Can I give an example?
Sure.
There's a gentleman in my life, and we strictly smoke cigars together. Like, we're cool, never dated, nothing sexual, anything like that. And I'm blessed enough to say I was in a situation, and it was nice to have some masculine energy. And he happened to like hear the tone of my voice, and there was something going on with my son. We had just bought a car, and something went wrong with the car, and it went left. And when I explained it to this brother, he said, "Say less." He was at the dealership at the same time I was at the dealership. And he did it because I'm a sister of belief. He did it because I'm a sister. And he wasn't going to let these people at this dealership clown me, because y'all know how they try to do women, but
Yeah.
I'm a motorhead, so they can't do me like that. But he said, "Don't worry about it, I got it." And when he said he got it, I was able to relax my shoulders and watch him do what he did. And everything that I needed to do was worked out to the point where he went back up there the next day without me. I didn't have to worry about it. It was taken off my shoulders. Now, this is somebody that I didn't have a romantic relationship with, but to me, that's a rarity. So you don't get that a lot. Men don't do those kind of things for you if they're not getting something out of it.
So
So that
I'm
type
gonna
of
have to
protection
disagree
is
with-
rare.
Totally disagree with you on that.
You
So
can
when I
disagree with my
say,
experience.
no, I'm talking about, no, I'm not talking about your
Hold
experience.
on.
I'm talking about the fact
got some
that
strong
men rarely, you said men rarely
Do what that brother
do
did.
what that brother did, and I said I had to disagree with you on that, and I should have been specific. So I have 7 gentlemen that I have been friends with for over 30 years, that I hang out with on a weekly basis, who I can call at the drop of the dime to do anything for me, or not call them at all, and they're going to automatically do it for me. So when I said in the beginning of the show that it's almost never that men are protecting me, I wasn't just speaking on my own experience. I was actually speaking for most other people, because I do have that love that from that group of people. Doesn't mean I haven't experienced guys that won't do a thing, or the guys that we're talking about, but these are 7 guys I've never slept with, never kissed. Of course, they may be attracted, they may have said something about it, but it's never gone farther than that, and I can get anything I need from them without even
Well,
asking.
let me
So there are
let
good
these
guys
guys
there.
chime
Now, if we talk about protection, I mean, we've all
Protection.
seen on social media where there's a black woman getting attacked and nobody's stepping up. I'm the type of person that I'm a step up. I don't even have to know. If I see a black woman getting attacked, I'm there. Just because I feel that kindred spirit, that's my tribe. So in all this, we gotta remember it's not absolutes. It's not always this and always that. Within our culture, there's some men that will step up and some won't. But it's that particular man and how that person's been raised and their experiences. But I just can't see, for example, a sister getting beat down and I'm just gonna walk by that. Some people say, oh, that ain't your business, but at least I would try to intervene.
So would you say most guys are like you or not?
I don't know. I just know I can speak. I'm the expert on myself, and I know I'm not gonna let that ride.
So we experienced them probably more than you, because you're a man, and I'm gonna say it's more guys that are not going to protect women in a situation where safety is a concern, in a situation where they're being verbally attacked, in a situation, in an employment situation when a woman is being sexually harassed verbally. Men do not protect us. We are not protected. We are raped. We are molested. We are not protected by our own. This is so much so. There's so many topics on social media. There's documentaries about it. R. Kelly.
Okay, we gonna left field.
Left field. How did R. Kelly protect all those women that he claimed that he was going to help?
Here's the thing.
How did
He
he
does
protect
not
them?
represent the entire race of men.
I didn't say that. I never said entire.
But hold on, no, but
The
here,
first
we
one.
can't use him as an example.
Why not?
Here, let me
Who
let me finish my point. If you use him for example, then turn around and use him for the example. That he's the man. No, because you can't sit here and say one is outweighing the other. If you hadn't had that experience, we're going by what social media. Now, again,
No, we're going by statistics.
statistics. I'm gonna really have to see.
We wouldn't be having this conversation if it wasn't a fact that
No,
more men
no,
do not protect
no,
us.
we're
We wouldn't
having
be
this-
having this conversation. It wouldn't be a conversation.
I'm telling you why we're having this conversation, because it's trending on social media. Because some women, like
It's not
yourself,
news.
let me finish myself.
It's not news.
Some women like yourself feel like that again, men have taken the back seat in those roles. Now,
They
one
have.
thing, hold on, let me say one thing what my brother over here said, and I'm gonna have to agree with him.
Mm-hmm.
It's because some of you become the damn man. Well, there's some of you walking around
I
here
don't think
pulling your
anybody,
pants up.
I don't
Hold on,
think
you
any woman in this
hold on,
world
let-
has become the man,
hold
so.
on, darling,
Not
let me
one. Not
let me
one.
finish. Some women have taken on the role that you going in the bathroom and you leaving the toilet seat up.
Very few.
Yeah, because for the simple fact, you're thinking you have now taken on that
What's
responsibility.
more men in our bathrooms than women in yours?
Wait a minute, but you taking on that responsibility again of becoming that person of masculinity. I mean, first of all, let me just make it clear for the record here. I'm not sleeping with anybody that think they stronger than I am. So when I say stronger than that, I don't want to sleep with another man. So I don't need you coming in trying to flex. If we're in a relationship, your dominance in our relationship.
And
lot
I'm
of
not
times,
saying this to you because this is not you, but
Nicole,
these
let
men
me
need to
finish.
do what you're doing
Hold on,
and
Nicole, let me
protect the
finish.
women.
Let me finish. There are a lot of times again, okay? There are a lot of times again when women take on those responsible roles or take on those responsibilities of, because, no disrespect to
The
any
lack
single,
of-
because I was raised by a single woman.
Why?
And let me finish my point. Okay, hold on, you keep asking me questions, man.
Hey, it's a
Wait, hold on.
conversation. That's
So,
how
again,
it goes. It's a
I was
conversation.
raised by a single parent. So my question going back to this again, they taking on that role and they become the dominant part of it. And because they've been single for, quote, a period of time, they end on taking on the traits of, again, taking care of things by themselves.
Why?
Because they've been alone for so long.
Because nobody's doing it. That should be.
Wait a minute.
Are you kidding me?
Who should be doing it?
The,
Who
the,
really
the
should be doing it?
masculine man that we become.
But wait a minute, hold on. So that
we
man,
became what was lacking.
hold on. So that man that you're with, that you,
That I'm with.
okay.
Let's-
So
hey, come on now.
let's just say,
I'm not with him.
hypothetically, that individual, you have taken on the traits of running that household. You know, the worst thing I hear.
You don't have to be masculine to run a household.
the-
I've run several households as feminine. Can anybody see any masculine ways out of me?
No.
I do, because you
I've
control the
run several
conversation in a
houses.
minute.
Yeah.
I do. You control the
And that's
conversation
it.
because
Hold on.
because one.
Let's
you
talk
don't-
about
you
it,
don't-
chauvinist.
No,
Let's
you
talk
don't
about
wanna
it,
take the
chauvinist.
time. Hold on,
Because
don't
you
wanna
just
time.
said that the owner of the conversation is the man. Because if I take over it, then I'm having a masculine trait.
I'm raising.
Now we're on topic 17.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it to somebody else.
You know it.